How's it going, y'all? Back with a new damn video. Let's get right down to it. Eagles versus Dallas, Week 16. 425 game. I cannot wait. I'm just ready, locked, and loaded. But to be honest with you, the way I look at it, the Eagles, we have an uphill battle here. And the only reason I say that is because, yes, past 2 weeks we're on a winning streak. But you beat Dallas. You beat... if you beat Dallas, whatever. You beat the Giants, and you beat the Washington Redskins. And we barely did. So I look at it from a perspective and going, hey, you know what? Our offense is starting to get going a little bit. Our offense is starting to click. Hey, man, Carson, if he starts out looking a little rusty, the next thing you know, in the fourth quarter, he's been lighting it up. And he's been lighting it up against the Redskins. He had a really solid game, especially in that fourth quarter, making a comeback. And then the Giants game, he started out rusty. That's because he was getting used to the weapons that he wasn't used to, like Greg Ward, who literally that week or right before the game got announced that he was going to play receiver, or Sega Whiteside, this, that, like Matt Collins, Boston Scott. So after 2 weeks now, which would be week one, but first week, Giants, second week, Redskins. Now he's kind of used to being on the field with these guys. Greg Ward making a game-winning catch against the Redskins gives them both a lot of momentum, and it gives Wentz a lot of, faith in throwing the ball to him. But overall, though, our offense, we'll see what our offense can do against their offense. We'll see what our offense can do against their defense. I personally think our offense can stay in it. I think our offense can do a little something if they keep relying on that screen game, okay? They keep relying on the screen game on Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, etc. Keep passing to the two tight ends, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, and, get Paul Turner. Paul Turner. I was calling Paul Turner for some reason. Damn it. Greg Ward. I've been saying it for 3 weeks now. Paul Turner. Even though I knew who Greg Ward was, but I'm so used to never Paul Turner in 2016. Everyone was hyping him up, wanting him to be on the damn team, and he was a practice squad guy. So it's almost the same situation. But Greg Ward, as he gets more comfortable with him, the more it gels. But I think if you sprinkle him in a little and you get that going and that going, it can be all right. And Miles Sanders, I'll tell you this right now about Miles Sanders. As we all know, he's always been a solid player. Coming into the draft, coming from Penn State, if you watch him at all at Penn State, you know what kind of talent he was. And week after week after week after week after week, so far, after 15 weeks, going into 16, he has improved every week. It's been something. It's been a 50-yard run or he caught a screen and took it, whatever. Like, you see the development in this guy. His pass protection's pretty solid as a running back. His vision is really good, where he sees the hole, goes against it and hits it. Him and Boston Scott, I love how they're doing it. The 1-2 little punch going on, little like sprinkle of the run game / screen game. You don't know what's coming. Jordan Howard, I do want him back for this game because it's such a big game. But at the same time, do I want to ruin what's going on with the Eagles right now and what Doug is doing with these two guys? I don't know. That's what worries me. And this is like a do-or-die game. This ain't next week we can fix. Well, next week you can fix it, but it won't mean anything. So, but yeah, it will mean something if they win this game though. But I don't see. We'll see. Let's just put it that way. I'm not betting no money on this damn game. But yeah, it's going to come down to, with our offense, I think we have a pretty solid thing going on there. Doug needs to be a little creative, like I said. Keep the screens going with the tight end screens to Dallas Goedert, screens to the running backs, get the running backs more involved, then Paul Turner involved when you're doing certain plays. You can also, what you can do is, like I said, have Boston Scott and Miles Sanders in the field together, just like you have Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard on the field together, and that was awesome. You do the same thing. But I'll tell you what, keep Dallas's defense on their toes, and how do you do that? Don't be predictable. Be a little risky. Do what you did last week against the Redskins. I haven't seen Doug be this risky. Wow. I mean, it was 3rd and 7. He runs the ball. I'm like, the hell you running the ball for? He picks it up for 15. Picks up the first down plus extra more. Then it's 3rd down and 11, and you call some kind of outside zone run out of the shotgun to Miles Sanders. He gets the first down, picks up 11, and picks up 665 total yards. Rips it off. Yeah, the Redskins' defense ain't the best, this and that, but they're still divisional rivals. Divisional rivals play each other well, no matter if they're good team, bad team, whatever. They're trying to end our season. But they want us, you know what I mean? But not just that. If you keep any team in the league, you do something like that, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 11. I'm not saying do it all the time, because you do and you fail. First of all, I was pissed he even did in the first place. I'm like, how are you going to call a draw run play on 3rd and 7? But hey, he got it done. So we did it on 3rd and 11. I was like, even me as a fan, knowing 3rd and 11 is far distance than 3rd and 2 run the ball, or 3rd and 3 run the ball, or 3rd and 1 run the ball. Okay? You do it on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 11. I'm thinking everyone knows this is a passing down right here. You're going to do a screen pass, if anything, if you want to make it short and try to pick up some extra yardage, and maybe go for it on 4th down. But instead, he just goes for a run play. That's ballsy. I'm not saying do it all the time, but I have not seen him ever do that, or anyone really do that. And you know, if you want to keep Dallas on their toes, if you get a little bit of a lead on them, and then you get to those positions, you can do those things. But if we're down by a lot, nah, dude. But I want to get down to, I think our offense is going to do a solid job. Not solid, but they can do decent against their defense. It depends if their defense shows up the way they did against the Rams, or if it's the Dallas defense that showed up against the Bears, or the last 3 games they lost, besides the one they just won last week against the Rams. Because they made Mitch Trubisky look like an animal, even though he's a bum. But so I don't know. But still a division game, so I don't really look at that. But whatever. But I want to get down to our defense. It's going to come down. I think our offense can do certain things. They can keep us in the game as long as they manage the clock and they control time possession and they get the touchdowns and they go up tempo if they need to. If that's the kind of pace that Wentz and Doug need to get the offense really rolling. If something happens, someone else gets hurt, yada yada yada. But let's get down to the Dallas's offense. Now everyone's saying Dak Prescott's hurt. Listen, he might be hurt, okay? He might be hurt, but that in my opinion is just a smokescreen to make the Eagles really think that he's hurt. He's gonna play on Sunday, no doubt about it. He's gonna play. He's gonna ball out, and they're gonna every time he makes a single good throw or even a throw that's 10 yards down the field. The commentators, he's playing with a shoulder that's ripped off his arm, and he's playing with 2 fingers that are broken. Oh, my God. I already see it, dude. It's an excuse train just in case they lose. Or it's something to get the Eagles off edge when they sure already know this game. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe he actually is hurt. I don't know. But I will say this. Our defensive line needs to step up. Our defensive line needs to get pressure on Dak. Last game against Dallas, we brought the least amount of pressure against Dak that we have his entire career that last game this season. There was no pressure getting involved. And now Fletcher Cox is a guy who we all know is a really top, he's the top DT in the league, and he can do it. He's coming off a major surgery or major injury that he had coming in, in the summer he got it done or wherever it was. September, he did return real quickly, did not play training camp, and he's starting each week he's developing, looking better. But now it's getting to a point where, okay, week 1, you lost Malik Jackson. That hurt. That was the guy who was supposed to be our second defensive tackle right next to Fletcher Cox. So if Fletcher Cox is getting doubled, this guy's getting up only one single team. Wham, he's whipping through. But Timmy Jernigan's there. He's okay. Brandon Graham's over there. Okay. Derek Barnett being missing has really hurt. If he can return from this game, that can do us some solid things. But Jim Schwartz needs to somehow get it together. I know everyone blames our secondary, blames the corners, and I do blame the corners. The corners are not the greatest. When it's man-to-man or jamming dudes up on a little 5-yard, 10-yard slice, they can do it. But I look at this way, okay? I did a little bit of research. Now, you have corners that can't really get it done, and you have 2 safeties who are old. Not old, but they're older. Malcolm Jenkins and now Rodney McLeod, who's 29, about to be 30. And every time you watch him play, it looks like he doesn't know where he's supposed to be. He does somehow show up on the screen or gets tackles, this and that. But he looks like he's all over the place. You have 2 older safeties. Okay? You have corners trouble. And you're supposed to trust your defensive line to get some pressure. Okay? Look at this. 65 defensive snaps. 65 this whole year. Out of all the snaps this whole year, 65 times, all the snaps, think about it, 15 games, only 65 defensive snaps have been in cover 2. That's 12%, dude. 12%. Cover 2, 65 defensive snaps all year long. You know you have older safeties who need to be back there. Maybe Malcolm Jenkins still got it, but still you need them back there, and you need to help out your goddamn corners. 65 defensive snaps have been on cover 2. That's it. And also, you give up the most. This defense gives up the most 40-yard touchdowns in the whole league and in the NFL. Dude, we lead the league in the most pass play touchdowns in the NFL, and you still don't want to call cover 2 65 defensive snaps all year long. That's what you do. Oh my God. You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just going to say hopefully they get it done. I'm hoping we go in there and get the victory. You know, I can't stand this team. You know, we all can't stand this team. But sometimes we need to sit there and say, you know what? We need to look at it and say, you know what? Maybe we won't win. But you know what? I think we might have a shot. In Philly, nighttime, the rowdiness of the crowd, if they show up, and you all need to be loud, rowdy, and get it going. You need to put Dak on his ass and stop Zeke. Once you stop Zeke, game over. We won the game. You know why? Zeke Elliott is the only player on Dallas that actually owns us. And why I say that, people can say, oh, well, Dak Prescott's whatever record against you guys. No, he's that record when Zeke Elliott's on the field. Because his only 1 or 2 losses to the Eagles is when Zeke Elliott was suspended. His ass got bitched and punked out on the fucking field. So you stop Zeke, and you somehow just bring the pressure on Dak, especially now that his supposed to be hurt, but I don't believe. We'll see what happens. Go Birds, fly goes fly. Let's try to get this shit done. And then get on to the Giants. My personal prediction, I don't think we win this game. But I hope to God, in the heavens above, there's a Christmas damn miracle. Go Birds.